Hey everybody, this is Chris from the Video Game Studies on Indiegogo, and this is update video number 4. I just wanted to basically, first up, thank everybody for contributing and for sharing the links. As it stands now, for update number 4, we are at $1,562 of our $2,000 goal, so basically we're at 78%, and actually this Indiegogo campaign has, as of today, 8 days left to go, so if you could help us out, that would be really great. Keep on contributing and sharing the link when you can. I'm coming to you today from a kind of different place. Usually I'm at school, which is the Nara Institute of Science and Technology, but today I'm in Kameido at a hotel called My Stays because I'm reporting to you guys from the Tokyo Game Show, TGS 2014. And this year I was pretty fortunate. I was able to attend the TGS conference with my compatriot at Plainbox Interactive, Mr. Shin Yang and his wife. And essentially, we basically decided to come to TGS so that we could attend mainly the Indie Game Fest and check out all the indie games. But before we get to that, I wanted to make a small note about this hotel. It's kind of interesting. On the way here, we actually, while we were walking from the station, we actually encountered some kind of strange thing on the way. It was basically, it looked to be a very old, maybe World War II or Cold War era bomber fuselage just sort of propped up in front of an apartment building and sort of sawed in half there. I don't really know what the story is behind this thing, but I'll keep on kind of digging and see what I can find. But anyway, the subject at hand, I wanted to report to you guys about the Tokyo Game Show. So, if for those who don't know, the Tokyo Game Show is a very big video game exhibition that's held annually in Japan. You can kind of think of it as Japan's version of E3, probably. There are many kinds of exhibits. There's basically lots of different large companies and vendors will be sort of showing off their new wares for the year. And you can try out some new games. You can kind of pose with cosplayers. You know, it's a really fun event. Kind of exhausting, but really fun. So, in particular, though, for this year, I'm really interested in, for my research, indie games. So, in my opinion, indie games seem to be a very good sort of section of the medium of video games that still retains quite a lot of freedom of expression and the freedom to experiment with different kinds of gameplay and also different kinds of narrative. So I really think that this is a very good place where, for a lot of people to basically develop games, not only develop games, but also to investigate for research. So basically here are a few examples of that. One of the more interesting things that I saw was basically this guy had made some kind of like scrolling shooter game that required the controller input was an exercycle. So as you can see, this gentleman here is trying to basically pedal his way through the game and navigate also using the handlebars. One of the really cool things that I was able to see was that there were a bunch of Swiss game companies at the Tokyo Game Show, and one of them, I actually didn't know this company was from Switzerland, but for those who don't know, there's a game called First Strike, which is for the sort of iOS. I'm not sure if it's out for the Android, but I actually have this game. And I've been interested in this game for quite a long time because I really love Cold War history and the whole mutually assured destruction part of Cold War history, and I really enjoyed studying that. So this game really spoke to me, and not only that, it's a pretty fun game. So I mean, I've had a lot of games on my iOS devices over the years, but First Strike is one of those games that actually stayed on my device. I won't delete it because it's actually quite a lot of fun. For those who haven't tried it yet, I highly encourage you to. I'll put the link somewhere in this video. But I was very fortunate to have met somebody who was associated with the team who worked on this game, and I'm very glad to be able to tell her that basically, yes, I really enjoyed the hell out of this game. So she had some good news. There's going to be an update for the game, some new super weapons and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Another game that sort of was receiving quite a lot of coverage was Bethesda's upcoming. I think in America it's called The Evil Within, but in Japan it's called Psycho Break. I didn't get a chance to check out the booth exactly, but it seemed to be getting quite a lot of coverage here in Japan. One of the big things I was personally really excited about was being that I'm a big Metal Gear fan and I've written 2 conference papers on Metal Gear Solid. I'm always really keen to check out what's going on at the Konami booth, especially with Kojima Productions. As most of you know, basically, what is it called? Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, is coming out pretty soon. And I know a lot of us are looking forward to it. The Konami booth in particular was really charming in the sense that it had these sort of like Fulton air recovery system, sort of retrieving various things. Here's retrieving some kind of animal, sheep, I think. But probably the coolest thing that happened at TGS this year was that we were able to attend what's called Indie Stream Fest 2014. And what that is that it's kind of like an industry party for, specifically for indie game developers. I noticed suddenly that standing behind me was the creator of the Megaman franchise, Mr. Keiji Inafune. And after we did the toast, I kind of just like, fanboyed my way over and said, hey, I loved your games growing up. It was a really wonderful experience, influence on me as a kid. Do you mind if I get a photo with you? So I did get to meet Mr. Keiji Inafune, and as I understand it, he's quite a big supporter of indie games. So I think that's a big sign when somebody who's basically the creator of a very creative franchise decides to invest some sort of basically, praise into the indie games section. So that's it for my update number 4 from the Tokyo Game Show 2014. Basically, what to look forward to for me next time. I'm basically getting ready to present at the Meaningful Play 2014 conference that'll be held at the Michigan State University in Michigan, East Lansing. So that's about it. Basically, if you can, please continue to share this Indiegogo campaign. Contribute if you can. We do have about 8 days left to go, and I really think that we can make this $2,000 goal by the end of this campaign. So thank you very much for sticking with me, and basically I'll see you next time. Thanks. This has been Chris from the Indiegogo campaign on video game studies.